of the National Football League, and we rivalry. It's the Seahawks and the Niners, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Wet weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they loved their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell, and he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The numbers last week for Mitchell. 23 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. From the gun, it's Brady. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect.
And this will be caught at the 30. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 39 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this. Good job.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
for a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On first down, Mitchell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll try the left side. It's Mitchell. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run a touchdown.
He's got it at the 2. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point attempt to follow here. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes. But receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 17 carries, 60 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football. Give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call.
And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler.
Still 2nd down.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Carson out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. How about that? Their quarterback with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week. But here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Levante David came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Brady. Pass incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Shoves him away, and they can't bring him down. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time, they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. He'll decide to keep this once more. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big pickup there on the run. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Referee.
Hey, we're going to do what we do.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Got a man on the right sideline. That's Carson. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. This is Carson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. After going backwards to the 12. Back to throw here. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play you would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and 9, Brady over the middle, and it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got a 1st and 10 at their own 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. This is the tight end fan. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Now Brown. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Catch made by Slayton. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
2nd down and 5. They'll try the left side. Carson, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
gain here is the 37 on third down. He'll drop to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Niners on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Brady going to throw. Drops this underneath. It's Mitchell. Oh, this. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Second and 11. Completes it to Fant on the right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch.
Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. James has got it, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, It's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing on second and long. Brady. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Niners on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And it's going to be a short field to work with after this one. It's touchdown at the 45-yard line. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They run it with Carson. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That throw by Brady incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. This will be caught at Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Well,
Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
Extra point forthcoming. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back to throw now on first down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll look to throw here. Got a man. It's Berrios complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get things started in the NFC West with L.A. making the trip to the desert to take on Arizona. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front as that game draws closer to halftime. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown reception. From there, we get up to the Rocky Mountains to check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, a career afternoon, 4 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Baker Mayfield with a touchdown pass. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So after the INT, it's Brady. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him.
They'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Brady. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. He'll look to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Brady. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Brady. Catch made by Slayton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Brady now on 1st down. Taking a shot for Samuel. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Mitchell. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Sermon. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Sermon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
A try here for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Trey Sermon who polished it all off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. On play action, they'll throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. There's Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
But here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a give right side. It's Carson. Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Brady will try again on second down. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Throwing now is Brady. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. On first and 10, here's Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. And here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. They get 6. That'll leave them with third and 4. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he fires one incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Carson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's James. 7 yards, the pickup there. Back to throw again. Got a man. It's Berrios, complete.
Here we go.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. So nothing doing there, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. To throw on 2nd and 10, Brady. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for the Niners.
Running backs in the passing game, they're just used to checking down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there. Turned it into a really nice game. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now a give right side. It's Mitchell. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the delay, here's Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on?
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're
under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Pretty anemic. Very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They run for it with Carson. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. On 1st down, Mitchell. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Now Brady. And that is incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw.
And this will go to Carson out wide.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the 49ers, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.